You will now be placed into the conference. On vous transfère maintenant à la conférence.
Hello, this is Steve again, back for the third part of our Go Live training video for Calgary for the docking yard system. So a full week has passed now since I made the last video, the first two videos, so I had to go back and review those to see what I had missed or what's been updated since. And it turns out I actually couldn't make the third video last week because there were some things that still need to be configured. So that's all fixed now, and now I can finally show you the third role in the system, which we call Transportation Supervisor. But before we get to that, I'm going to show you some of the fixes that to the things that weren't available last week. Okay, so the first thing was I told you about the shredder trailers. So I think the shredder trailer is a trailer that comes in every day that just takes away waste material, basically. So that is now imported on the gate-in screen. So it's right here. This is them. They're gated in as equipment, and then it's not here yet, but there will be a comment showing up here that says shredder. So so you can gate these in. This is the right carrier. It is Cascade. He'll bring in an equipment trailer. It should go be automatically directed to the correct dock, provided that that spot has been made available for them in advance. Otherwise, it'll go to the yard and wait for that dock to become available. And I forget exactly what the dock number is, but it's a dock that's been put onto manual mode and only takes equipment trailers, basically. Okay, another follow-up from the first set of videos that we made, the fulfillment module. So let's go to our dock screen. So again, the fulfillment module, just to reiterate, is the that little section, or that it's the automation of the outbounds. So if we look at our outbounds here, let's see, it should be working now. Let's see, vehicle pending, fixed details, yes, okay, so it's all there now. So this was the part that was missing before. So now the load time is there and the dock that it should go to. So as an example, this one starts loading almost 12 hours in advance on dock 43, and it's looking for this kind of trailer. You might also remember that I told you that sometimes if this gets messed up, which probably will be the case over the first couple days until we get that file working in perfect harmony with real life, I told you about this function here where you can pause the entire queue. Sophie might have a gift ready for us in time for Go Live that will make this a lot easier. So instead of having to pause the whole queue and clean things up, she's going to put a new button here under the actual service. So if you're having a problem with one particular one, there'll be a button here basically that says, we don't know what to call it yet, it'll be something like undo fulfillment or cancel fulfillment or whatever, and that will basically take it out of, it'll clear these fields here, the load start time, the shipping dock here. It will get rid of any trailers that have been assigned to it already, and it'll also hopefully DQ it from that dock. So it'll essentially take this set of automation completely off, and it will give you the ability to manually assign. You should really clean it up right there and then by just finding the right trailer for it and doing it that way. Potentially, though, you would be able to use the find vehicle command to reinitiate the fulfillment and the automation on that. But really, if you're addressing, if you found a problem and if you're at this state where you need to use this command, you know there's a problem already, it's best to just completely clean it up, assign the vehicle you want for it. If it's time, even assign it to a dock so that you don't have to come back and think about it later. Okay, so that takes care of that. I'll update you on the Saturday before Go Live on what we've come up with. Please remind me in case I forget. But otherwise, you still will always have this command where you can just pause the queue. So that's another fix that we've done since last week. Next, I want to show you the swap trailer command. So we talked about the moves page, how there would be, for any moves that were going on, if the driver got to the off-site yard and the trailer was missing, we would be able to use the swap trailer command. So I'm going to trying it right now. Apparently it's only available when this has been assigned to an out already, so maybe I should have done this before the recording, but I'm going to assign this out to an outbound load right now. And I'm just going to go ahead and queue it on one of the docks just to get the shunt move going. And we'll see how this works. Okay, so let's take this one here. We need an outbound dock that has been assigned. Okay, perfect. Let's go to Assign Vehicle. Concurrent, oh, I think because I already picked it. I seem to be having problems in this room where it's just not refreshing after I make commands. I just want to make sure that that trailer was actually assigned to an out now. Yeah, so it's been assigned to an out. Now I'm going to assign that to a dock and get this move going. Hopefully I've picked a dock where, okay, good. So now we have our move. So now let's see what's available. So this is an outbound coming from this off-site yard. Let's see what let's go through the shunter's actions. So it's been assigned to me. The shunter, or we can do it from here too. We're going to acknowledge the move. Now the shunter gets there. And he says, nope, this trailer is still not there. Or this trailer isn't there. Some other carrier must have taken this away for something. It's not, but anyway, it's not here. And it looks like Sophie's made a liar out of me again. The swap trailer command is still not here. So, but this is where it would be for an outbound that's supposed to be coming from the off-site yard to the thing. There would be something there saying swap trailer. And when you click it, it will let you pick a different empty from the yard for that trailer, if there's such a thing, if there was one there. If there isn't one that matches the profile, you're just going to have to cancel that move and call the carrier so that they can deliver one of the trailers. But anyway, we did decide on the name. It's going to be called swap trailer. Okay, so that covers up the things from last time. So now let's look at the Transportation Supervisor role. So, as I was saying on the last meeting, or our last video, we have this area up here called CMPP2 where we send dock-to-docks to. We have one there right now. It still hasn't been converted to parking spots. I'll have to let Sophie know about that. But then there's also an airport, and what we do is we ship off trailers to the airport as empties. So for those, we're going to gate them out and so that we can gate them back in as live mail. And for the dock-to-docks, we're just going to do an update position and bring them to this yard. So that's not always going to be done by the dock supervisor. Sometimes it's going to be done by the transportation supervisor. So if you're working with the transportation supervisor, the update position should be relatively simple. It's going to be exactly like what you're used to now. So if they have a driver that's bringing something up there, they'll do the update position either from the yard screen or from any other screen. If they're bringing stuff back, same thing. They'll take the empty trailer and they'll update position to where their driver is going to go. And the driver will just gate, instead of doing a gate in, gate out, he's just going to use his badge just like he's used to. Now, what do we do for the ones that go to the airport? So for the airport, those are going to be coming back with live mail, so we want to do a gate in with them. And we also want to do a gate out to see how long it's been gone. So we have set up their own interface for the people with the transportation supervisor role, and it's going to be very similar to the gate screen here. So here's our gate out screen. On the side here, they're going to have a list of all their drivers that are on site. And then over here, they're going to have their, basically all the trailers in the yard. So do we have any empties right now? No, we don't. Okay. So let me grab an empty from the yard, or let me create an empty. We'll do it right here. Okay, so now we have an empty in the yard. Oh, we actually did have empties in the yard. I just didn't have this selected right. So let's look at empties. So when they're going to bring something to the airport, what they're going to do is, if they do already have the tractor on site, so this is they have, like I said, they have two tractors. They have Tractor 1 and Tractor 2, that's not what they're called. We're going to put the actual names in the system, but it'll be CPC, Tractor 1, Tractor 2. So if he's already there, this is no problem if he's already on site. So you just pick him up, and we will just add an outbound to it, and we will tell him to depart with that trailer, and we'll tell him, we can actually do the gate out for him so that he can use his badge. So we'll just do this. Here's his bobtail pickup. We're going to take this empty here, attach this outbound. Okay. I think that's because it's a red tag, I think. Right on. And then we'll gate him out. And then we'll tell the driver, go ahead, use your badge as per normal. But when you come back, make sure you gate in so that we can capture all that mail. Gone. Now what happens if that tractor here isn't on site for whatever reason, either because they didn't gate in properly last time or whatever reason, maybe they took the Calgary tractor out for maintenance, brought it back in with their badge, thus missing the gate. So it's not here, that's okay. What we do here is we say, both of these have red tags on them. I've got to take one of these off so that I can do it. Can I do it with this rule? I'm just going to make a new empty for him. Okay, so that's the empty we're going to gate out with. So now this driver is going to the airport, and we do not have a tractor. We don't have our CPC tractor on site. We're going to just create him on site. So here's how you do that. It's under New Truck and Driver, Create on Site. So this is CPC Tractor 2 or whatever he is. And then we can add the outbound vehicle, which is going to be this new one that we just did. So you see him right here. So that's the one we just created, a tractor for him. And it's already hooked up to this vehicle, and then we will gate him out, and we'll tell the driver the same thing. We'll tell him, He's already been gated out. He doesn't need a gate pass. Just use your badge. But if he's coming back, when he comes back in, if he's bringing live mail, he does have to gate in so that we can capture that mail and send it to the right dock. Because often they'll do that. They'll bring it empty to the airport, and on their way back, they'll bring back the live mail from Purelator, which are actually right here. We've actually imported those as well. So here's all our Purelator ones. So they get 2 Purelator runs a day. One will be a 5-ton truck with mostly loose load, so obviously that's not going to be the trailer he comes back with, but this other one, a trailer with monos and skids of letter mail. So I think that covers up everything. So this video is a lot shorter. I just had to clean up. I just needed to show you those few things that we need to clean up from last week, and one of them still isn't working, the shunt one. I don't think I'll make another video for that because I think I illustrated what you'll have to do. And now you know about this transportation rule. So that's about it. If you have any questions, if you view this video before your flight out to Calgary and you have any questions, please drop me an email, let me know, or give me a call at my desk, and we'll go from there. Otherwise, I will see you on site on Saturday where we can do a meeting together on a big screen and go through some of these things if there's any questions. Thank you again, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.